Hey beautiful people, my name is Tyler Thompson, and if you're new here, I make lifestyle content, music reactions, and Let's Talk videos here on YouTube. Like always, I just want to give a huge thanks to my new subscribers who are commenting, liking, and engaging with my content, as well as you if you are new and checking out my content for the first time. This is probably going to be my last Lady Gaga video for a while, just because for the past week I've been talking about Gaga's new album, Chromatica, over and over again. I did a Rain on Me reaction, a Sour Candy reaction, an album reaction, as well as a video on why I thought Chromatica was going to be Lady Gaga's best album, which I think it totally is. But without further ado, let's get into this video. In today's video, I'm going to be deconstructing Lady Gaga's album Chromatica track by track. Chromatica is such a journey of an album. She's really telling the story of how to battle through your pain and misery to find inner peace. And once you find that inner peace, spreading the love and peace within yourself to other people. Because that's how we change the world, is by finding peace within ourselves and then spreading that peace to others who may be struggling with their own inner demons. If I ever look down, it's because I made like a 40-page notes explaining like each track. So I'm gonna try not to look down a lot, but if I do, it's because I'm reading from what I wrote while listening to the album. I've listened to this album probably like 20 times through, and I'm not getting sick of it at all. It's really helping me kind of battle through my own internal struggles, and it just makes me want to dance, have a good time. But the meaning behind each song is extremely deep and powerful, which I think is super important for artists to create art that not only motivates people, gets people moving, but also has a deeper message and meaning behind it. So for Chromatic Awone, it's a sweeping opening that guides listeners into the cerebral world of Chromatica that Lady Gaga has created. She has often said that Chromatica is a place within all of us. It is our own mind. It is a place where we must battle our demons to find inner peace. In the Chromatica that Lady Gaga has created, there are different tribes who are battling for this peace, and those tribes are the different parts of Lady Gaga that she is directly confronting in this album. The first interlude has this mystical and epic quality about it that gives listeners a sense of a journey that Lady Gaga is about to take listeners through. This is a journey of finding self-love and self-acceptance, with the ability to use this as a tool to help the world move forward with more love. The first song from the album is a hypnotic introduction called Alice. Alice is hypnotic from the start, where Lady Gaga asserts that she is trying to find her wonderland, where she can be free. This dance club rager is the beginning of the long story that Chromatica introduces us to. Lady Gaga is attempting to find clarity through her loss and pain. In Alice, she is trying to find this peace, and she has begun her personal journey in finding this place of inner peace. Stupid Love jumps right into Lady Gaga demanding, "I want your stupid love." She doesn't need a reason to want to be loved anymore. I got the feeling that she was saying that she doesn't feel like she was being loved enough before, and now she's finding it within herself to demand love. And by demanding this stupid love, she is trying to use that as a driving force for her inner self finding peace. You know, she's not going to be complacent anymore. She's going to demand the love that she deserves as a human being. In Rain on Me, she explains that she'd rather be dry, but at least she's alive. She's accepting her tears and her pain, and she's gonna use those tears as a driving force going forward. She's not gonna shy away from crying, from feeling her pain. She's gonna really tackle it head on and use that as a healing force for herself. The lyrics, "Hands up to the sky, I'll be your galaxy, I'm about to fly," is really like honing in on the fact that she is trying to break free of her tears, and she wants to go forward and fly away to a better place, which is really what this album is trying to do. She's battling through all of her pain to fly away, to escape the pain, become more whole as a person, and reach like a nirvana state of being. This sentiment pours into Free Woman, where she is demanding listeners to be free. We can all be free from our internal struggles. We just have to fight to be free internally. The The lyric, "I'm still something if I ain't got a man, I'm a free woman," is extremely powerful. She's saying, I needed that validation before, but you know what? That has never gotten me anywhere. I don't need a man. I'm a free woman. I can find this peace without trying to fill the hole with someone else, which a lot of people do. In order to truly find love and be loved, you have to love yourself first. And this is clearly what Gaga is trying to tell listeners in Free Woman. She then says, "This is my dance floor I fought for." She's finally recognizing everything that she fought for in the past. It had a purpose. It was a purpose for herself as Lady Gaga the person and herself as Lady Gaga the artist. It makes sense for Free Woman to be right after Rain on Me because she's finally finding her voice that she fought for through her tears in Rain on Me. The next song, Fun Tonight, is a song about telling yourself that it's okay to say, I'm not having fun. I don't like this. I'm not gonna put myself in situations that hurt me as a person. I'm going to avoid them. I'm coming to terms and coming to grasp the fact that these moments are not good for me. I need to surround myself with better people, with better moments, to kind of help yourself in finding who you truly are. The song kind of alludes that she used to stay for the fun just because she thought it was kind of good for her. But in this song, she's finally revealing, like, I'm not having fun. Why am I doing this? I need to break away and find what's really fun for me. This is almost abusive in the sense that she was being used for her fame and connections by other people. She was realizing that all this fun was being had by others and not by herself. She wasn't the one having fun, it was everyone else using her to have fun. In this song, it kind of feels like she's saying fame comes at a cost, but instead of taking it, she's finally saying, you know what, I'm famous, I have connections, but I'm gonna be myself. I'm not going to let people walk all over me, to use my fame and connections to their benefit, which is very, very powerful. This first part of the album is the beginning of a journey of finding that self-acceptance and self-love. She's kind of beginning to face her issues head on. She's finally looking at her issues and she's saying, okay, these are the issues and this is how I get stronger from them. This goes into Chromatica 2, which is a lot darker than the introduction to the album. Chromatica 2 kind of alludes that a darker battle is coming for Gaga, that she's going to be tackling darker and harder subjects within herself. This transition into 911 is being raved about all over the internet because it's so kind of stark and beautifully crafted in kind of introducing this darker part of the album. 911, which is one of my favorite songs on the album, is a song about drowning sorrows with medication and shielding yourself from mental illness. In this song, she is tackling her mental illness head on, and she's realizing that taking pills is not going to fully help her out of the situation. She needs to find it within herself to break free of the mental illness that has always attacked her. This song is an infectious, scattered electronic nightmare that makes you want to dance. It makes you want to kind of do this like voguey type of dance. And I think that that's super interesting that she chose to do this very like jarring electronic vibe for this song because it is such a personal song to her. You know, she's battling mental illness, which a lot of us can relate to, as well as taking drugs to numb the pain. And she's saying, you know what, the drugs can only go so far. I need to really look at myself and examine this mental illness. I'm going to battle this mental illness and I'm going to come out stronger on the other side because of it. In the next song, Plastic Doll, Lady Gaga is confronting her image. In the song, she proclaims, I am not your plastic doll. She's talking about how her image has always been used almost against her. She's never had full control over who she was. People were always using her and repurposing her image for their liking. And in this song, she's saying, I've had enough. I am not your plastic doll. I am my own person. I am not some throwaway piece of celebrity or piece of artist that you can take and mold into something that I am truly not. In this song, she's kind of crying out. She wants to be free. She wants to be free of the chains and the misrepresentation that she's seen of herself. You know, she wants to be seen flaws and all, as an artist and as a human being. The next song, which is another favorite on the album, is Sour Candy. and this follows on Plastic Doll's sentiments. She sings, "I'm hard on the outside, but if you see inside." She's telling people that she's created this shell because of being treated like a plastic doll, because people have misrepresented her. She has shielded her true self inside. But in Sour Candy, she's saying, if you look inside, you're gonna find something much deeper. You're gonna find who I really am. You just have to get past this hard candy shell to see the true sweetness inside. In terms of self-acceptance, this song, to me, feels like she herself is kind of breaking down this barrier that she's created. She's kind of cracking this sour candy, and she's showing who she really is, flaws and all. The next song, which is one of my personal favorites on the album, is Enigma. And Enigma is also playing off of Sour Candy. After breaking this hard shell, she's really showing her true self to the world for the first time. And with that comes the fear of people not liking you or people judging you for who you really are. And in this song, she sings, "Can't stop staring, I'm so naked, wrapped in the shadows, my heart races." She's kind of looking out into the real world, but she's still in the shadows. She still is afraid to really truly show herself. She's opened up the shell, and now she's a little scared of what is going to come of opening up this shell. But like all of the songs on the album, she is asserting herself. She's saying, you know what, I'm gonna show myself because I'm an enigma. I'm this beautiful being, and I shouldn't be afraid to show the world who I am, because I'm special, I'm Lady Gaga. I'm a person, I'm a human being, not just a plastic doll or a candy-coated shell of a person. The last lyrics of the song are extremely powerful, and they play off the line from the beginning of the song where she's hiding in the shadows. The lyrics are, "I'll be your enigma, brought to the daylight." This is super powerful because she's finally accepting that she is an enigma. She's Lady Gaga, she is a powerful person, and she's not gonna be afraid to step into the light so people can truly see who she is. The next song, Replay, is again a continuation of Enigma. Once she has fully opened up, like most people do, when most people are facing their trauma head on and they are really showing themselves to the world, they start to kind of get PTSD. They start reliving the trauma that caused them to hide in the first place. And sometimes we retreat back into the darkness, and sometimes we find this power within ourselves to power through these replayed traumatic moments and memories to kind of walk away on the other side. In the song, she sings, "The scars on my mind are on replay, replay." She's talking about these scars of trauma, that because when she was hiding, she wasn't really facing them. But now that she's out in the world and showing who she truly is, she's faced with these scars again. She then sings, "The monster inside of you is torturing me." So she's talking about a collective person or a collective image about herself that is kind of attacking her, is trying to force her back into hiding. But she's saying and realizing, no, you're on replay. I can stop this replay. I can move forward. These are scars, and I can love my scars, but not be intimidated by them. This song, she is determined to battle these monsters and face them head on, which is where we go in the next part of the album. The final interlude, Chromatica 3, is very epic and also kind of frightening. There's like the horror film strings throughout it, kind of threatening the listener and telling the listener that something big is going to happen, and something, I guess you could say, scary or something frightening is happening within Gaga's journey. And that is the final epic battle in truly finding the peace within herself. You know, she's almost finished this battle, but she must really battle through this final stage to reach her peace. Sign from Above, which is the collaboration with Elton John, is this final battle that she is facing in order to find this inner peace. This is an epic song with an epic collaborator in Elton John, and it's very almost show-like in its quality, very Broadway-esque in its structure and in its communication of what the album has led to and how the album will end. In this song, she is battling her childhood trauma that is fueling the rest of the trauma throughout her adult life. And this is something that a lot of us can kind of relate to because we've all faced trauma as children, and that almost always follows us into adulthood and shapes how we react to certain situations, sometimes to our detriment and sometimes in a good way. And in this final battle, she is fighting the fight, but she is also reaching out for help, and that help comes with Elton John, who grabs her by the hand and they run full force into this trauma together. And this to me really solidifies the fact that there's only so much we can do ourselves to fight our internal battles. Sometimes we need help from others who can help us kind of see the other side and help us through this final battle to finding self-acceptance and self-love. And I think Gaga is trying to tell us in this song that it's okay to reach out for help. We can't fight our demons alone. We can only do so much alone, but sometimes we do need help from others to get us through. This song's really interesting because the soaring vocals from both Gaga and Elton John almost compete with the dance track below it, and I think this is kind of signifying this battle that is going on. I also really like how the word sign is being used as a metaphor, as like a sign from above, like moving forward and finding that strength to finish the battle, as well as the musical sign, which is what Chromatica is really about. Chromatica is about this world that she has created in her own mind and how music has helped her through. You know, music was her sign from above. It was her saving force. And it can be ours as well, because she's giving that to us with this album. The outro to this song is scattered and jarring, and to me this is signifying the final battle, the final confrontation with pain, fear, and misery. And coming out on the other side would be the next song, which is 1,000 Doves. In 1,000 Doves, she has kind of reached this peace, and she's reaching out to listeners directly, breaking the fourth wall, telling them, reach out to my hand, I will take you, and I will guide you to a better place. The direct lyrics from the beginning of the song are, I need you to listen. I need you to believe me. She then goes, I am human, invisibly bleeding. She's finally confronted her internal demons, and she's showing the world that she's a human being, that she is not just a celebrity or a pop culture force. She is Lady Gaga, the human being, and Lady Gaga, the artist. They're together. They're one being. She's finally saying, you know what, stop seeing me as this plastic doll, this hard shell candy, this constructed person. See me as myself. I have finally reached a place of internal peace, and I need you to realize that, accept that, and go forward with me, viewing me as a human being and not just a doll or a toy or a celebrity. In this song, she's really breaking the fourth wall, and she wants listeners to come along with her, to listen to this album and to break free themselves. And together, Gaga and us, the fans, can move forward together into the next part of her life, into her next journey, which is such a beautiful sentiment. And I find it really interesting that the last lyric of this song is flying, flying. You know, she is finally flying towards peace, kind of like what she wanted in Rain on Me. She wanted to lift her hands and fly. And finally in 1,000 Doves, she's flying high into a place of peace. The final song, which is probably my favorite song on the album because of its 90s house and runway influences, is Babylon. And Babylon is a song about finally reaching a place of nirvana, a place of self-acceptance, a place of love. Babylon directly refers from the Greek word Babylon, which means the gate of the gods. It also means Babylon, which was the biggest city in the world in BC. Babylon, the city, was a place of many cultures, of many people, and of many languages, and they all lived symbiotically together, which is really what this album is about. It's about battling through the differences in your mind and in yourself, and finding yourself as a whole being, in peace and in love. And this song to me is really about, you know, she's struggled through so much, and now she's able to defend herself from the stupid gossip, because she doesn't believe the gossip anymore, because she knows who she is as a person. She doesn't need to listen to this gossip and really take it in and feed off of it and feed into her own misery and pain. she can kind of move forward and battle through this gossip and battle through the bullshit in finding, again, this peace and keeping this peace going forward. I love the gospel choir touch that she adds to this album because it gives it an almost religious vibe, which is really kind of, so the gospel choir in the background gives this feeling of peace, of power, and of really finding this peace and power and conjoining them together in lifting yourself to a higher place. The final words of the album, which aren't even led by Gaga, they're led by the choir, are Babylon, in this heavenly, high-pitched cry, like Babylon. It's this beautiful statement that she has reached this peak. She has reached this gate of heavens. She is finally herself. She is at peace, and she wants all of us listening to find that peace within ourselves. This album to me is absolutely beautiful. She has created a world, she's built the world, and she's taking us through this world for herself and for us. It's kind of like a conjoined journey. She wants us to take her hand and follow her through this journey, and then maybe at the end we can find the light together. We can find this happiness and this peace, and then we can go out into the world and we can spread this peace, spread this kindness, and spread this love. I can't talk about this album, which is about finding peace and love and spreading peace and love, without talking about what is going on in the world right now. We have the ongoing pandemic with COVID-19, and we also have racial injustice that is staring us in the face. As someone of white privilege, I cannot just simply say, I am not racist. I have to do better. I have to go forward and demand justice for my Black brothers and sisters in this world. It's not enough to just stand back and say, well, I'm not racist, so it doesn't really matter. Like, we collectively as a whole have to go forward and demand this justice that is long overdue. I'm going to link below some of the organizations that I have donated to, some of the petitions that I have signed, and some of the organizations that are really helping bring justice for the Black community in America. We are not America if we are not all free. America was built to be free, the land of the free, the land of opportunity. And as of right now, we have not reached that. And I think it's important for us, especially white people of privilege, to understand that we have to do better, that we need to demand this freedom. Because without that, we are not America. We are not one world. We are not one peaceful nation. We are divided. And in order to get past that, we need to come together and really fight the good fight. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you really liked this video. I loved Chromatica, I loved the message behind it, and I think that this album is needed now more than ever. You know, we all need to kind of find the love within ourselves and spread that love, because without love, there's only hate. And hate right now, unfortunately, seems like it is ruling the world. We need to come together and we need to find peace, because that's how we move forward. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you want to see more similar content, please subscribe, and I will see you guys next video.